Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. This afternoon, we are watching and reacting to Belgium versus Egypt, FIFA World Cup 2026, Group G, Match 1. We have Belgium versus Egypt. Mo Salah versus Kevin De Bruyne. If you loved Man City versus Liverpool back in the late 2010s, early 2020s, you're going to love this match. Belgium v. Egypt. Weirdly enough, the new best player on the team on Egypt now plays for Man City. Liverpool, they do not. And Jeremy Doku plays for Man City. With that being said, Belgium's starting 11. It'd have been funny if the roles were reversed, but no. Starting 11, Thibaut Courtois in goal. Back four, Thomas Meunier. Nathan Ngoy. Nathan Ngoy, we're going to go with it. It's probably not right, but we're going to go with it. Brandon Michele, Timothy Castagna, Amadou Onana, Yori Tielemans, center defensive mids. Right wing, Leandro Trossard, Kevin De Bruyne, Jeremy Doku, Charles de Ketelaere for Belgium. Oh, hey, look. The Chronicles boy, Leandro Trossard's in this match. Cool. Egypt starting 11. Mustafa Ahmed Shober in goal. Ahmed Abu El Fattah. Left back, center backs, Hamdi Fati, Yasser Ibrahim. Right back, Mohamed Hani. Marwan Atiyah, CDM. Or Marwan Atiyah, CDM. Mohanad Lashin, CDM. Left winger, Mustafa Ziko. Center attacking mid, Imam Ashur. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Imam Ashur. Mohamed Salah, right wing. And striker, Omar Marmoush for this match. Our second match of 4 today. 4-0 prediction score for Belgium versus Egypt. I feel like it's a little bit harsh, but okay. And here we go. Belgium v. Egypt. Belgium wearing their red, Egypt wearing their white, I would assume. 90 minutes in this match. And we'll get this one going. Match 2 of 4. After this, we'll be halfway through the day. Shout out to Cape Verde. That was awesome. I mean, that's why you watch the World Cup, for moments like that. Because you think you know what's going to happen, and then stuff like that happens. And they busted their ass. Was it haram ball? Yes. But they drew, which probably feels like a win to them. And now, as long as they win against Saudi Arabia or Uruguay, they're going to the next round. If Cape Verde could pull a win out of their ass at some point in this group stage, they're going to the knockouts. Well, a 2/3 chance they're going to the knockouts if they could pull a win out of their ass. But I would think 4 points is enough to be a third-place team to advance. It would be bad if it wasn't. Belgium-Egypt at CenturyLink Field. We could legitimately be talking about Cape Verde being a knockout team at the World Cup. Ramon Abati is the center ref today from Brazil. I did not expect that at all. Juan Soto from Venezuela is the referee. Not that Juan Soto. See, I can joke about other VAR referees. Belgium in goal, Courtois. Back four, Castagna, Michele, Ngoy, Meunier, Tielemans. Europa League winner Tielemans. And Amadou Onana back in the CDM spots. Well, at least they know how to play together. Jeremy Doku, Kevin De Bruyne, Leandro Trossard, and Charles de Ketelaere for Belgium. And Romelu Lukaku is still on the bench. Crazy, he's still there 4 years later. Shubir, Ahmed Fatih, Hamdi Fatih, Ahmed Fato, Hamdi Fatih, Yasser Ibrahim, Mohamed Hani, Marwan Atiyah, Mohanad Lashin, Mustafa Ziko, Imam Ashur, Mohamed Salah, Omar Marmoush. So starting 11. Mohamed El Shanawi on the bench. But again, I mean, there's a good chance Cape Verde plays a knockout game. Ahmed Fato, left back, yeah. There's actually, I mean, I can't, but that's why you watch the World Cup again. That's why you watch it. For moments like that maybe, just maybe, we're going to see Cape Verde the knockout stage thanks to the lucky losers. Now, of course, it was still 2 teams per group, and that's it. They would not make it. But, well, I don't think so. It's hard to be a 4-point team finishing second than a 4-point team finishing third and top 8 in the third-place teams. Lucky losers may make them have a absolutely World Cup to remember. I mean, if it wasn't already for them. But, you know, Belgium to kick off. If Cape Verde make the knockout stage, this is going to be a World Cup to remember for them. Like, they are going to, this is the best thing that's ever happened to them. 10 seconds in, and we're here. And here we go. Egypt on the ball at the back. Hmm. 1:06 into the game. Let's see what happens here. Belgium, Egypt. 80 degrees in Seattle, 45% humidity, which is kind of crazy for Seattle, but it is the summer, I guess. $127. Hold on. When has the summer solstice happened already, or is it technically still spring? Sunday, June 21st, 2026 is the summer solstice. I come from a land down under. Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. So technically it's still the spring if you really want to go there. I mean, right today it's still technically spring. And it will be until Sunday. I mean, meteorologically it's already summer. But atmospherically, no. Oh, there we go. Meteorological summer. There we go. 3 minutes in. Months of June, July, and August. Meteorological summer runs through June 1st to August 31st. So I mean, if you go by that, it's summer. After that Turkey game, I got that shit stuck in my head. It never left. It never leaves. But then again, I'm an F1 fan, and Daniel Ricciardo, so people still love him, and he's not even racing in F1 anymore. Cabo Verde, man, what a game that was. I'm so happy for them. They deserve that. You know what? The first 0-0 draw, pretty entertaining. First 0-0 draw this tournament was pretty entertaining, I have to say. And you know what? I would have felt really bad Egypt's fourth World Cup appearance. They last appeared in 2018 at the peak of Mo Salah's powers. Seeking their first ever World Cup win today is Egypt. But will today be a day of craziness? Will today be a day of upsets? We're going to find out. All possible. It's not like, well, I mean, Cabo Verde, Spain was probably the one most out of reach. Belgium, Egypt beating Belgium. I mean, with Marmoush and Salah, I could see it. Or even drawing, I could see it. Saudi Arabia, Uruguay. Saudi Arabia beating Uruguay. I'd be more sure it could happen if the Hervé Renard was still there, but they still got quality players. And Iran over New Zealand. Maybe New Zealand's better than I think. Wouldn't it be crazy if we had 4 upsets? Because, I mean, I guess Iran would be the favorite over New Zealand. Even with this Tim Payne mania, I would guess. Either way, 5 minutes in. Castagne clears the ball away. But what a game Cabo Verde had. Oh, Mo Salah, it's his 34th birthday today. 1-1 full time. I could see it. I could see it. Both these national teams have passed their golden generations, but there are some new players to watch to see if they could sustain instead of just be a golden generation. But as well, we're seeing the twilight years of players like Kevin De Bruyne, Thibaut Courtois, which, I mean, Courtois could probably go further because, you know, he's a goalkeeper, and goalkeepers, you know, playing forward, they age like fine wine, normally. Shot! Wide. Happy birthday to Salah. Wide. Wide by Kevin De Bruyne and Mo Salah. Part of me kind of wishes he'd stay at Liverpool this summer now that Slot is gone. Because I feel like, I know he had a 2-year contract and they could have accepted it. Like he had an extra year on his deal, which, I mean, I guess they could. Either way, I feel like what really happened is Mo Salah got pushed out of Liverpool by Slot. And now that Slot is gone, you know, I don't know. That's just my opinion, though. Would it shock me if he did just stay in the end? Not really. Depends on what Iraola wants, but I think Iraola would be smart to at least try to see what happens there. At least give it a shot. Eighth minute, 0-0. That's just my opinion, though. I feel Slot pushed Salah out. To be honest. Why do you think Salah would have said, like, do I think deep down Salah still wants to be at Liverpool? Yeah. I think that's why he agreed the mutual termination. Which, I mean, he could still sign a new deal if he wanted to say. Or they could probably gentleman's agreement and say, hey, you could have your 1 year back if he wanted to stay. But why do you think he said, hey, I'm gone? And then made the statement he did against Arne Slot. Either he just wanted to get the guy fired on his way out, or maybe he wanted a last-ditch effort to stay. I feel like it's the latter, not the former. I don't think Salah's that type of guy. that he would, even though he got pushed out, I don't think he would totally just try to get a guy fired. Just to be an asshole. Say, if I'm gone, you're fucking gone. I don't think he's that guy. I'm sorry. Is he a competitor? Yes, but I don't think he's that type of guy. Where he'd be like, well, since I'm gone, you know what? You better fucking be gone. I'm not saying he's a punk. I'm just saying that I don't think. The fact he put out a message basically saying, I wish Liverpool went back to the heavy metal football we used to play and what Liverpool represents, and basically saying Arne Slot doesn't represent anything of what Liverpool is. And I mean, the fans, of course, agreed because, I mean, it's not like he was pulling anything out of his ass. I mean, that's exactly what it was. I mean, in my opinion, it wouldn't shock me if maybe a month, 2 weeks, a month from now, or at least after he's out of the World Cup, it comes out that there's a video on Liverpool's Instagram or something where it's like, Salah's like, I'm staying. I'm not going anywhere. Again, if I'm Iraola, I try to see what exactly went down there. But that's just me. 10 minutes in. Egypt playing forward, headed away by Belgium. I think you would have to. Like, if it was me, if I was Andoni Iraola, I'd be like, hey, so what'd you do that for, Mo? I don't know. And that doesn't mean he'd last any longer than one more season if he did stay in the end. But 11th minute. Playing back. And that's out. Goal kick. Blocked away. "12 minutes in. Belgium on the ball. Hit that like button, let's get this one going. 12 minutes into this match, 0-0. And it's Belgium looks like the better team, but Egypt has had their moments here and there. Egypt has had more possession, though. Not exactly how it felt. Not exactly how this game has felt, I would say, from the eye test. But okay. Yellow card. Belgium free kick. Ngoy gets fouled by Atia just with a trailing leg. Yellow card, though? I don't know. I'd be fine with that being a foul, but yellow card, that front angle looked a little bit stronger than the side angle. But yellow card for Atia. I'd be a little bit. Saudi Arabia, Uruguay, Iran, New Zealand on FS1 today. So 2-2. Doku on the ball. Tries to dribble. And that's going to go away. Here comes Egypt the other way. Egypt the other way. And cleared away. Belgium gets to pick up. And it's a free kick the other way for Egypt. Yellow card. Oh, this ref's just going to throw yellow cards out. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Castagna with a yellow, yes. Oh, man, this referee's going to be one of those refs. Oh, my God. This is, oh, son of a... Not what I was looking forward to watching. 14th minute. Playing forward. Here comes Egypt. That's tapped away. Now for a throw-in for Egypt. Castagna doesn't seem to really handle the pace and shiftiness of Egypt. Belgium is so mid. I mean, we've known this for ages. Like Belgium, my buddies, Saudi Arabia. Rudy Garcia 9-4-1 since he was appointed in 2025 as the head coach of Belgium. They fired the Belgian guy they had in between. I could have sworn. Okay. 15th minute. Tedesco. Okay, they fired him. Yeah. He didn't qualify for the Nations League finals. Player down hurt, or did he leave? Early injury update for Canada. Everyone in full training but Fonzie. Okay. Oh, Fonzie. Okay. I was like, don't tell me. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. So, Davies ain't playing Qatar. I can understand. Yeah, I kind of expected that one. I almost read promise. I'm like, oh, no. I mean, I know he's not healthy, but... How does it take freaking 6 months to fire a guy after a tournament? Header. Here comes Belgium. But again, Belgium to me, I mean, they've been mid for 2018 was their best chance of winning something. 21, I don't think they were that bad at Euro 2021. I thought they had a chance there as well, but they lost to Italy, yeah? Yeah, they lost to Italy. Oh, he just joined Bologna, okay. Quarterfinals. 17th minute. Nil-nil. Think about it. For how shit Italy has been since 2014, how random is that Euro 2021 title? Very random, but it was one of the best moments. Again, as I said a couple of streams ago, a couple of days ago, I don't remember exactly which one because I've done so many, but as I said, I think it was Saturday. Or was it Friday? Either way. So many streams. So many games. I gotta say, 2021, save for Montreal versus the Leafs, save for Canadiens versus Leafs. That was more spring, though. That was still like April, May, yeah? It wasn't that, well, I wouldn't call it summer. It was still spring. It was before my trip to Nashville. So Euro started around that trip to Nashville. College World Series started around that. That series wasn't in June. No, it was like May-ish. Either way. That was either way. Summer-wise, I mean, 2021 was honestly the best summer. Shot goal! Egypt scores! Egypt scores in Mama Shore with a golazo. 0-1 for Egypt. Egypt lead. Imam Ashur with a goal. The Al Ali man scores. What a shot. What a shot. Steps it back. Top of the box. Just lets it go. And boom, he beats Courtois. One of the best goalies in the world gets scored on after a nutmeg. And it gets through for Imam Ashur. 0-1. It's 20th minute goal. Nil 1. Belgium hasn't really dominated this game. No, and actually Egypt had more possession, at least when they showed the possession arrow. Let's see. They still have more possession. Belgium are frauds, man. Well, I can't even say they're frauds. I'd say they're old as shit. But back to what I was saying about Euro 2021 was the best summer ever. Like, I gotta say. First international goal for Imam Ashur. Salah with the assist. You saw it coming. That's awesome. What a way to get your first international goal at a World Cup, eh? What a way to get it. With a goal like that, what a way to get it. But again, Euro 2021, Gold Cup 21, Canada making the third round of the World Cup qualifiers. Mississippi State win the College World Series. I forgot this when I said it the first time, but Canada women winning the gold medal in Tokyo. I forgot about that. I can't even say I almost forgot. I even forgot about bringing that up. The Canadian women winning the gold medal at Tokyo 2021. That summer as well. Forge starting their CONCACAF League run. Honestly, Blue Jays, ever since they got back to Toronto, Egypt, match break, water break. Also, the Blue Jays baseball, after they came back to Toronto in 2021. The Blue Jays were legitimately the best team in baseball in the second half of 2021 from like July onwards. Fight me. I don't care. And the only reason the Jays didn't win the World Series in 2021 was because they didn't make the playoffs. If they would have made the playoffs, I don't care if they were the second wild card, they would have won the World Series. They would have beat the Braves. I believe that 100%. The Blue Jays, I'm actually going to say this. I think the 2021 Blue Jays, well, I don't know if I'd say it, but the 2021 Blue Jays were as good as the 2025 Blue Jays at their peak with how red hot they got. If they just blew one less game, they would have went to the playoffs and they would have won the World Series. I believe that 100%. I believe that 100%. They would have beat the Braves. They would have beat the Astros. They would have beat the Yankees. They would have beat they would have beat the Red Sox. Well, who got in because was it the Red Sox that got in or was it I forget. Who got in at our expense? Was it the Red Sox or was it the Yankees? Either way, who we played the wild card game, we would have beat them. we would have beat, it was Red Sox v. Rays. We would have beat the Rays. Yeah, we would have beat the Rays. With how red hot we were, we would have beat the Rays. We would have beat the Astros. And we would have beat the Braves. I believe that 100%. But either way, 2021 was the best summer. Yeah, it was random, and it probably wasn't the best thing for Italy. They finally proved my predictions wrong. Well, good. That's what you want to see. Like, I believe that 100%, really. But 2021 was the best summer. Even though everybody else is sort of, they haven't completely fallen off like Italy. Italy, after that Euros, that was probably the worst thing that could have happened to Italian football. Because at that point, missing the 2018 World Cup was probably more of a, it's not good, but it's a disaster, but it's only once. It's a bad luck disaster. Hell, even 2022, you can kind of maybe sweep it under the rug because you won the Euros. But if they didn't win the Euros, maybe they make the 2026 World Cup. If they still didn't qualify for 2022. I think the Euros sort of clouded everything that made it like the 1 in 18, missing the World Cup in 18 was a disaster, but you could have called it a one-off. Then you win the Euros, then you miss the World Cup in 22 about a year later, and you're like, well, we should have beat North Macedonia, but we didn't finish. And yeah, it happens. It's a one-legged game. It happens. You can kind of sweep that one under the rug, and they should have changed everything. They should have tore down the studs right there, but they don't win the Euros. Maybe they tear down the studs as soon as North Macedonia happens instead of waiting 4 years. And I'm not even saying they're tearing it down to studs here, but at least it seems like Italian football is actually making changes. It seems like, or at least it seems like it's trying to be better for once, unlike the other two World Cup misses. This one, yeah, it was also bad luck, but they also kind of did it to themselves. Well, not just kind of, they did. But, now it finally is obvious that, oh, that's cool, Rory. Goes down 26 minutes. So, again, yes, I love the memories. Here's the thing about Euro 2021. To me, I love the memories. I'm glad Italy won that Euro because if they didn't, I would be absolutely depressed when it comes to Italian football. Like, I love they won the Euro. I love that we won that Euro. I do. I can't say it was a bubble championship. I can't say it was a Mickey Mouse championship because it at least had fans to a certain extent. And I can't say it was completely a bubble. Excuse me, because I think fans started to come back in for the Euros itself. And for me, I can't call it a Mickey Mouse championship, but it definitely headed down. Cleared by Egypt. No chance shot. What a save! Chaubert makes a save. Chaubert makes a save. Ashore gets tackled as he goes for the ball, and he goes down. That's not the right box to go down into if you want a penalty, my friend. De Bruyne takes the shot. It gets saved. Meunier. 7 fouls to 2. Goal kick for Egypt. Thanks to the foul instead of a corner. Playing forward. Well, I mean, he did get ran into. I mean, the leg did cross over and touch him, so I mean, you can't really say that was a dive, but definitely dramatized that, though, I will say. 29th minute. He definitely dramatized going down. Doku. Foot through. '30th minute. Ashore steps through. Amon Ashore looks amazing this game. Like, I knew he was a good player. I'm not saying he is a good player. He's an amazing player. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to see a sports summer for me. KDB should have been given a yellow. The ref blew the whistle. He kicked the ball. You know what? I'm going to say it. Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry are freaking Dude, they're cringe. They're acting like they're on Dawson's Creek or Degrassi. Everyone's World Cup predictions are about to be screwed over. Well, oh, who else is in this group? Hold on. I had Belgium. Hold on. I had Belgium and Egypt going through. Just, I think, Belgium number 1, Egypt 2. But to me, as long as I had them going through into the knockout stage, I'm correct. Spain needed Joselu today, a finisher. You know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You know what's crazy? We all shit on Joselu, but let's be real. Real Madrid were honestly better with Joselu than they are Mbappe. Even though I don't exactly think Mbappe's the problem. I think Vinny is the problem, but Joselu was a straight-up number 9. Part of the problem is Vinny doesn't want to stick. There's too much overlap between Mbappe and Vinny, and they're both too egotistical to realize, hey, maybe we should stick in our positions. Mbappe moves too much to the left. Vinny cuts in too much. And they just run into each other like center fielders who can't call off a ball, or outfielders who can't call off a baseball. So, do that what you will. Yeah, because can't force anyone to play as a 9 and do the dirty work. 32 minutes. 32:24. Okay, there we go. Playing forward, 32-38. Shot! Oh! Egypt almost so close to making it 2. But, I mean, are we really surprised Belgium are losing? No. No. Yes, I mean, I think I picked Belgium to win this game. Hold on. I need to check my full bracket. Now I'm wondering. I had Belgium winning this game 1-0. I thought it was going to be a war. It is. Is it looking like it's going the other way? Yes. But overall, should be a red IMO. I'm loving this World Cup. Yeah, I think as I said before the World Cup started, the World Cup, Egypt is no joke. No, they're not. As I said before the World Cup multiple times, Ahmed Fatih, Ahmed Fatou, Ahmed El Fatou. There we go. 34th minute. As I said before the World Cup multiple times, it might be negative around the World Cup until it actually gets played. But once the football starts being played, people are going to be like, oh, this is the best World Cup of all time. Or this World Cup is awesome. Was there no hype before it started? Barely any hype before it started. Was there a lot of negativity around it? Yes, because of governmental reasons and FIFA being money-grubbing bastards? Yes, all 7 of Egypt's World Cup matches have been tied at halftime. What? Well, they've played 4 World Cups, but either way. This is their 4th World Cup, so what? Was there not a 3-game group stage before? Either way. And what, their first one, I guess? But again, as I said, this World Cup was going to get looked at. This World Cup, once the football started being played, people were going to look at it and be like, oh, the football's really good. This is fun. Am I surprised that it's the best World Cup so far? Like, I think we are. As of now, I legitimately believe this will be the best World Cup I've ever watched. Now, of course, I think most World Cups that I've watched have ended up being better than the last one. As I said, like the only one that I don't think was better than the last was 2010. Like, the best one so far that I've watched was 2022. I was a little bit too young for 2002, to be clear. I was 2 years old, but I was barely old enough to really realize what was going on. But 2022 was the best World Cup. 2018 was my second best. 2014 was my third best. 2006 was my fourth best. And then 2010. I think 2006 was better than 2010. And you could have an argument saying 2006 was better than 2014. Like, it's pretty damn close. Maybe there's a little bit of bias there. Maybe it's because it was my first one. Both the Italy bias and the fact it was my first one, maybe that makes it better in 2010. But and it's not the Vuvuzelas, don't worry, but 2010 just doesn't. I still feel like 2006 was. Either way, 2026 is on pace to be the best World Cup I ever watched, at least a men's World Cup. Now, if you want to add up women's World Cups and the Club World Cup, then that's a different ranking. But because, yes, the men's World Cup isn't the only World Cup. Of course, there's the U20 and U18 or the U17 and U20 World Cups. There's a Women's World Cup. There's a Club World Cup. So, I mean, if you want to add all those into the ranking, I mean, that would take me a lot longer. But I don't think it's fair to rank those together with the Men's World Cup. Except the Club World Cup, maybe, but playing forward. I feel like that's just more of that's a lot easier to piss people off on. If you just focus on the Men's World Cups, then I'm actually going to say it, but I can sort of compare the Club World Cup, and, I'll do that. I think the Club World Cup was better in Qatar. I really do. I thought the Club World Cup was awesome. 38th minute. I thought the Club World Cup was better in Qatar. So the best World Cup that I've watched was the Club World Cup last year, until now, of course. And you kind of want that to be the case. You know, you kind of want that to be the case, that every World Cup you watch, the last one was better than the other. Or the last one, the next one, or the one you're watching now is better than the last. But except for one tournament where I might be a little bit biased because it was my first and Italy won it, every World Cup has been better than the last. And I mean, the closest comparison would be the Club World Cup. But I don't know if that carries on for the Women's World Cup side of things, but I haven't really thought of that, to be honest. And then you could also basically argue that the Olympics are also basically a second Women's World Cup, to be honest. With the way women's football is lionized in the Olympics and how it basically is another, like, to be fair, to be quite fair, when it comes to women's football, the Women's World Cup is the World Cup. But also the Olympics is a world champion, you know? Like, with the way, I mean, you play full teams. They get to play their full teams. It's not under 23 like the men. It's treated like a big tournament. Like, there was always sort of a feeling until, like, the Copa America Femenina and the Women's Euros came around and got really set up, that honestly the Olympics were basically the Euros of women's football, as in that's the tournament that if you ain't going to win the World Cup, you want to win the Olympics. Or if you've won the World Cup, you want both. You know? And I'm not saying the Euros are exactly like that, but like if you win the Euros, if the World Cup champion is European, you might as well be a world champion too, especially if you went through that World Cup champion team. If the champions CONMEBOL or anywhere else, you're the best team in Europe. You're one of the best 7 teams in the world, and probably one of the best 2 teams in the world. You're right there, right? On the women's side, and even then, I think when it comes to women's football, I really think still to this day, even though the women's Euros are getting well established and the tournaments have been good the past couple of times, especially, and the CONMEBOL Femenina and the W Gold Cup, that was pretty good. I thought the W Gold Cup was amazing when they did it in 24, but with the CONMEBOL teams as well. But the continental competitions are being set up and they're getting very quickly settled into their place, is how it would be on the men's side. But still, to me, it's going to take a while for me to look at the Olympics and women's football and say, that ain't a world champion. Like, Olympics and women's football mean as much as the Euros do in men's football or CONMEBOL Copa America. If you ain't going to win the World Cup, you want the Euros or Copa. If you have the World Cup, depending on where you're from, you want the Euros or Copa. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. So, Canada, to me, when they won the world or the Olympics, they were a world champion. Yes, the United States at the time had just won the Women's World Cup 2 years before. And also during that, Spain for a year was reigning as the world champions when Canada was reigning as gold medal winners. But from 2021 to 2024, to me, Canada were also the world champions. Yes, the USA were world champions as well for 2 years of that reign. But we were world champions. Because that's how much, to me, the Olympic football means in women's football. Like, Canada were world champions. with that gold medal. It's like having two popes. Or the year that Spain was reigning after they won the Women's World Cup. Canada were still world champions. And that's just how it works. Fair enough. But women's football, I mean, it's awesome. I like it too. Don't cover it as much because I'm very busy. And, well, if Canada makes the Women's World Cup final, we'll see what happens there. But how good was Les Sommer and Amandine Henry in their prime? Eugenie Les Sommer was a top 5, top 3 player in her prime. Now, she was one of the best players in the world in her prime. I wouldn't say best. Christine Sinclair was still around. But, and that's not even biased. I mean, look at the FIFA goal scoring list. The person who scored the most goals internationally is Christine Sinclair. Still is. Because FIFA has a co-ed list of scores. Cristiano Ronaldo internationally does not have as many goals as Christine Sinclair does. Messi does not. Christine Sinclair is the GOAT. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Second best player, I would say it's got to be one of those Americans. I wouldn't say Megan Rapinoe. I'd say Alex Morgan, or at the time when she was in her prime, top 3, top 5 player. She was that good. Amandine, she was good, but she wasn't a Christine Sinclair. She was good. Top 20, top 25, yeah, player. But she wasn't as high, like Eugenie was shot over the bar. Exactly why I was so happy Sinclair got her Olympic gold in 2021. Legend got her title. Exactly. It wasn't a World Cup, but it's still a World Championship. So, Thorns legend and Canadian legend. Marta, fair enough. That's a good call. Nil 1, 47th minute. Marta. Well, I mean, when Eugenie Les Sommer was at her peak, I don't know if I'd say Marta was, though. Still a top 7, top 10 player at the time, yeah, but I still think Les Sommer and Christine Sinclair were better at the time. And not probably Alex Morgan. Some people say Megan Rapinoe. I wouldn't, but okay. And it's not just because Megan Rapinoe's beliefs. I don't think she was a top 5 player. Like, she was a good player, top 10, 15, 20 player, but she wasn't the best player in the world. She was never close. She was never close. That's just facts. I don't care. 48th minute. 0-1. Marta, I don't. Yeah, Sam Kerr is goated. Olympique de Toulouse because they have French players. Yeah, that's funny. Actually, I think Les Sommer played for Lyon for a while there, if I remember correctly, like Olympique Lyon. I see the joke. I think she did, didn't she? Yeah, there it is. 48th minute. I think that was the club team she played for, was Olympique Lyon, yeah. So, until she left. And Amandine, too. Well, yeah, there you go. Well, they won like 5 UCLs. Yeah, because, yeah, Olympique Lyon was is one of the best women's teams of all time. If not the best. Well, them or Barca. The thing that sucks to me is Arsenal can treat Chelsea like Chelsea treats Arsenal on the men's side. You know? Christine Lilly is also goated. No one really talks about her. In her time, she was goated, yes. Legend. Egypt looks like the better team so far. Salah with the corner. Egypt is winning. Well, that makes sense. 49th minute. Last kick of the half. Header. Punched it. Oh! Oh, Belgium's lucky that didn't go in. Halftime. Halftime. No. Lesimer's still cooking. Top scorer last season. Liga MX Femenil. Scored 23 goals. And here's the thing about Liga MX Femenil. Now it's halftime, 0-1. It's actually a pretty good league. You know, I mean, it's pretty good. It's not like she just went to Mexico to retire. Like, it's a solid league. Like, I mean, it's not France. It's not the NWSL, but Mexico's getting there. And she scored 23 goals. Awesome. Like, that's awesome. Well, she may be French, but she's the female Paulinho. Except they haven't won titles yet. I don't think so, at least. That's growing for their 8 years existing. Everyone wants the Giant to win. Not many people like a good underdog story anymore. Heck, I'd even put Julie Ertz over Megan Rapinoe. She's just disrespected because she was a 6th and center back. Yeah, I agree with that, yeah. Julie Ertz is a better player than Megan Rapinoe. I agree. Like, she meant more to that U.S. team than Megan Rapinoe. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. And that's just based on the football that they play. Nil 1 at the half. Take a short break. Top of the stats. Get this one going. We got 45 more minutes to go, and Belgium is down to Egypt. 0-1. Sit tight. And we are back for the stats of the half. Quickly. 58% possession to 42% possession. 7 shots to 4. 0 shots on goal to 3. 224 accurate passes, 85% to 152, 80% pass accuracy. 1 yellow card to 2. 0 corners to 4. 7 shots to 4. 0 shots on goal to 3. We got 262 pass to 191, 85% pass accuracy to 80% pass accuracy, 19 throws to 7, 0 offside to 1, 1 yellow card to 2, 0 red cards to 0, 10 fouls to 6. 0-1 at the half. For me, Egypt's been the better team. Belgium is not, well, I don't know what expectations they do have, but whatever they are, they certainly have not lived up to them. I am very... They have been very... Belgium's been very underwhelming. Egypt has been awesome. Egypt has played well. They've defended well. They've gotten the ball forward. Belgium hasn't really shown much. Belgium has been mid. And Egypt has been very, very determined, so to speak. I think Egypt is very determined to getting a win out of this game. Overall. I'd be happy. Egypt winning, this is a damn good performance by them if they get it done. Belgium they're just not the team they used to be. Do you think there's even a slight chance Spain bottoms the group? No, there's no chance in hell. There is no chance in hell Spain finishes bottom of their group. Again, in their group is Saudi Arabia and Uruguay. Spain might lose to Uruguay. I'm not saying they won't. If Hervé Renard was still with Saudi Arabia, I could see a slight chance. I don't think it's exactly the roster of players that makes Saudi Arabia good. It's what they did under a manager like Hervé Renard. Not having him is going to be a problem. So, yes, Uruguay could still beat Spain, if not draw them. I could see that happening if they keep playing the way they did, but Saudi? No. I think Spain gets 3 points there. But then again, people said they got 3 points against Cape Verde, and that was an easier match than Saudi Arabia. So, who knows? Who knows? Maybe Saudi Arabia has enough talent to beat Spain, and Uruguay does it, or at least draws, and all that Spain gets 2 points, and maybe they do. Maybe there's more of a chance than you think. I can't see it, though. And honestly, with that draw, if they were to beat Saudi Arabia, they probably will be a lucky loser. Because the reason you asked bottom of the group is even if they finish third, they have a very good chance of advancing to the round of 32, which is why you asked about bottom of the group, because that's the only way you know you're eliminated. Salam Al-Dusri still has quality. He does, but I'm not saying he doesn't. As I said, yes, Saudi Arabia still has they have players with quality. I won't say a lot of, but they have players with quality. It's that I think the manager they had helped them punch above their weight, like when they beat Argentina. I think getting rid of Hervé Renard was a bad idea. If he did bad at the World Cup, okay, fine. I don't think they punched above their weight when they had Mancini. And Italy fans are like, you know what? We don't mind Mancini coming back. Or most of them don't. He was like, they were like, oh, he was screwed over because he didn't want to be working under Buffon and X, Y, and Z. And the FIGC screwed him over and all that. No, I don't think he's that good of a manager, but we'll see. Basically, exactly what I mean is Belgium. You know what pisses me off? Canada's a Nike team, and they don't even have a position in that Nike commercial for the World Cup. It pisses me off. But they have some sort of Mexican player wearing a green jersey that looks like a Mexico jersey, but they won't have a Canada player in there. Are you kidding me? Canada hosting this damn tournament. They're wearing your fucking jerseys. They're wearing your fucking jerseys. Where's a Canadian player in there? Where? Or somebody just wearing a Canada jersey? Where? Mexico had a player in there, or at least it looks like somebody who's Mexican wearing a fake green Mexican jersey because they're an Adidas team, by the way, but I guess it's somebody supported by Nike who's wearing it. But Canada can't get in there? And they are wearing Nike as a host team? What? I'm glad we actually got jerseys this time for the World Cup itself that are pretty good besides the white jersey. But we still got snubbed from a commercial from the place that we wear the jersey of while we're hosting a World Cup. Musab El-Jawari had a solid season with Al-Qadsha. 6 goals, 11 assists, only 22. They can't even beat Bosnia. Bosnia is better than we think. But I'm just saying the commercial was made before that was even known. So, second half about to start. But I'm just saying. No, what pisses me off is there looks like some Mexican player wearing a green jersey that's supposed to give off Mexico when Nike doesn't even have Mexico anymore. And they're hosting a World Cup with the USA, but Canada can't be in there, and they wear Nike, and they're hosting the World Cup. It's not like we qualified. Where did we play that Bosnia game? Oh, yeah, BMO Field. You know what I hope? I hope whenever this damn Nike deal is over, Canada starts getting jerseys again from Umbro or frickin' Macron. Or shit, maybe they get jerseys from the frickin' guys who are doing the CPL jerseys, Hummel. Or they just wear Hummel jerseys because CPL gets outfitted by Hummel. That would be nice. The jerseys would be better, and we wouldn't have to deal with Nike's bullshit. Unless all of our players, unless all of our notable players are not sponsored by Nike and that was the problem, then use somebody that's just, I don't know. Use anybody. Hell, call an old Canadian player who is sponsored by Nike. Hell, call Ryan Reynolds just to wear the fucking jersey. You had actors and musicians in there. Hell, Justin Bieber. If you thought that would have been better. Unless he has a shoe deal with somebody who isn't Nike. I don't know what they do with these artists. I have no idea. Second half about to start. Everything I say is only half taken seriously because you're easy to rage bait. You know what? I think it's a good thing that I'm easy to rage bait. Because normally it's about stupid shit. It's a good thing, honestly. It's either about sports or it's about stupid shit, but it's not directed at anybody. I think it's a good thing. It's a good way to blow off steam. Because if I just bottled it all up and actually brought it out when it needed to be brought out, that would not be good. That would not be good. I think it's better that it's directed to dumb bullshit. So, whatever. Whatever. Because honestly, I don't. Because honestly, I don't want to be an asshole to the people I love and the people I care about. And if I don't let it out over dumb shit in sports, well, it's probably going to come out. Yeah, so. Because, I mean, yeah, I can fly off the handle. Luckily, it's at sports. When it's deserved, too. I mean, it's not either way. I'd rather it be that way. I'd rather, when I fly off the handle, it be about sports and at a camera, you know? Either way. And sober, but that's neither here nor there. 47th minute. Shot. Egypt blocked away. Cleared away. So. First ever halftime lead at a FIFA World Cup match, 8 match for Egypt. So, but no, I mean, I want to be very, when it comes down to it, when it comes to the people I love and the people I care about, I want to be very peaceful, you know, and I want to be safe for them. And for lack of a better term. You know, I mean, like, I don't want to, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. I don't know where I'm going with it. You almost went to the match? Shit, you should have. I mean, you just went to Vancouver, though. But, you know, like, yes, I'm passionate. I always will be passionate. That doesn't change. Do I want to... You didn't win the lottery. Okay, I was like, what? I was like, what? You know. Oh, for FIFA, I was like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, they have the lottery, yeah. But I forgot about that. 49th minute. But again, playing forward. '41st minute. 0-1 to Belgium or Egypt. But again, in a better $400 per ticket for the nosebleeds. Jesus Christ. But again, for a better way to put it, for the people that I love and the people I care about, I want to be a loving, caring, safe, passionate person to them. And that's what I hope. That's what I strive for. I know I've got a fuse. It's not as short as past generations, but it's short. It takes a lot more. It takes a lot more to let my fuse go, or light my fuse, but it's short. But it's short. Mentally, what were you thinking? I meant anger fuse. It's harder to light, and it's not as short, but it's still a short fuse. But I'd rather let it go. I'd rather let the dynamite go off at sports and dumb shit, because that's at least entertaining, you know? Like, I don't want that dynamite bomb of rage to go off at people I care about or people I love. Especially if it's not exactly justified, you know? Now. Are there situations where you get pissed off and it's justified? Yeah. Like, for example, if you get cheated on. Like, that's justified. But it's more like walk out of the house. Say your piece and get the fuck out of the house, you know? Or whatever, you know? Like that. But, you know. Knock on wood. That doesn't happen, but you know what I mean. Also, it helps to be sober 99% of the time. It also helps. Why do you think I'm sober? Well, I think I'm straight edge. There are things I don't. I don't know. Eminem to Milan, that's crazy. There are things I know I'm predisposed to that I do not want to be, is my point. And that's why it's good that it's easy to rage bait me when it comes to football and dumb shit. And I put it on camera. At least it's going somewhere, is my point. That it's funny, you know? At least it's going somewhere where it's funny. And that's how I want it to be, is what I'm saying. And that's the way I plan on it being. Because, like, the reason I'm straight edge is I'm afraid. Like, it's a 50-50 shot. I mean, I'm either an asshole angry drunk or I'm a fun drunk. It's either 50-50. And frankly, I don't want to find out. And if I start drinking, I think it ain't going to take much to make me an alcoholic. And then there's the 50-50 shot that it either makes me, oh no, sure. So basically, well, I mean, oh my God. Oh! Ah, damn, man. My point is, with all of that, I guess what I'm trying to say is this is a good outlet for me. You know? I don't mean to get mental and I don't mean to get philosophical. And I don't know exactly why I went there. And it's probably not a good thing to do because somebody's going to take that shit the wrong way. But what I've said for the past 5-10 minutes, and it is what it is. But because somebody will, whether they're new here or it's somebody who hate watches for reasons or behind the curtain or waits, and then because I'm sure that there's that, you know. What I'm saying is I think this is a good outlet for me. Because if I didn't have an outlet like this, who's to say? Right? I mean, I don't want to be a fuck up. I know I have the ingredients to be a fuck up. If I didn't control it, or have an outlet, you know. Not exactly. I don't know. That makes it sound even worse. But I don't know. Point is, there's a reason I'm straight edge. There's a reason I'm glad I rage about football instead about other shit. You know, that's my point. That's my point. That's my point. I strive for my rants to just be directed at football and dumb shit. I strive to be sober for 99% of the year except for New Year's Eve. Because if I'm not, it's not going to end well. And I don't know if I'm a fun drunk or an asshole drunk. And frankly, I don't want to find out. Because it's a 50-50 shot. And it's a 50-50 shot. And I don't want to test it. I don't want to test it. And that just makes things worse. That just makes things worse if it goes the other way. Two glasses of Moscato ain't enough to get me off my ass. That's all I'm saying. Playing forward. Playing forward. Here comes Egypt. Shot wide. And this is the problem with doing all these games. You don't know where we're going to go, and I'm probably going to say some shit that I don't need to say. Marmouche Waster. Well, this is why they signed Cherokee, eh? That's why they signed Cherokee, eh? Point is. See, and that's also another problem. I have no filter. I don't know when to shut the fuck up. If something's on my mind, I'm going to talk about it. And I'll run on about it for too long. I need to know when to shut the fuck up or, yeah, maybe leave those tangents to the side, but I don't. So, yeah. Back to the game. Let's see how the AI summary takes that one, or the hate watchers take that one, or backdoor hate watchers take that one. Everybody has them, right? I have a lovely little brain. I have a lovely little neurodivergent brain that it's an absolute. I love. For the most part, I love it. It's gonna fuck me over one day. Probably more. Well, probably more. I don't know. If not, unintendedly, probably, very likely, unintendedly fuck me over. But you know, instead of intendedly, but you know. But again, enough about really enough for save. Enough of whatever the fuck that was. Enough of whatever the fuck that was. Oh my god. Yeah, I kind of feel dumb for being a bit vulnerable there. Why did I? Fuck. Why did? Why? Either way. Lukaku getting ready to come on. They ain't scoring. I feel dumb for being very vulnerable there. That felt really dumb. I feel like that was dumb to be very vulnerable just for the last like 10 minutes like I was. That was, whatever. Shot wide. That felt. That's the bad part about wearing your. That's the bad part about wearing your heart on your sleeve. He's gonna get a signature offside, like 5 of them. How about that? 5 of them, probably. Ball crossed in, headed away. Oh, I still think Egypt is the better team. And here comes Lukaku. Why is he still here? I don't know. For De Ketelare. What the hell? Lukaku. Playing forward. Shot. Goal! What the hell? Oh my God. I can't believe it. His first touch of the game, he scores and ties it for Belgium. What? Are you kidding me? What? No way. It was the most ugly goal ever, but whatever, fine. At least he picked the ball out of his net and didn't celebrate it. Take the ball, pick the ball out of the net and take it back to the center. Good for him. At least he didn't celebrate it. That would have been absolutely shameless. What a perfect run, though. Romelu Lukaku with a goal. I thought, yeah, I'm surprised he didn't. Surprised. It's an own goal, by the way. Oh, wow. Close enough. Maybe that's why he didn't celebrate it, and he just picked the ball out of his net. And it's water break. Okay. I was like, damn, it didn't even go off his feet. It is an own goal. Oh, damn, man. Oh, no, actually, Thought Mob says Lukaku right after he came on, though. And, I mean, he took two defenders and just parted the seas, eh? I mean, it didn't even go off his foot. I don't think. I'm going to wait for this to get decided before I write it down because I'm not sure. Water break. Oh, Tinus Luke Koblar got signed to an ELC for the Leafs. 3-year entry-level contract for Tinus Luke Koblar. Own goal, Thought Mob says. Okay, so it changed. That sounds about right. Mohamed Hani with an own goal. Yeah, that sounds right. That's 66 minutes. 1-1. Damn. Yep, if Marmouche and Imam Ashore didn't miss their chances, they would be leading, and this wouldn't mean anything. But because they missed their chances, hard luck, guys. Hard luck, guys, eh? I feel like Marmouche was worse than Imam Ashore's, but oh, damn. I thought the Leafs were going to get a new jersey besides the whatever rival shit they were doing. Oh. It looks like the normal jersey to me. Damn it. Want the Leafs gonna get like an ivory jersey or like? Isn't that like what they're saying? Here's the second. Oh damn! Water break was right after the goal, so 70th minute. Here they go. ¿Cuántos más, Tato? ¿Cuántos más? Actually, that is a perfect... It does feel weird to have stars playing in your backyard and not seeing them. Thank God that there's only games in Kansas City. If there were games in U.S. or St. Louis, I'd probably feel the same way. I mean, Kansas City ain't that far off, but, you know, whatever. You know what? Yeah, that's actually a good point. Somebody said it was the way 93 left and the way he's acted since. It was like, look at how Ehlers left Winnipeg for a comparison. Yeah. Ehlers left Winnipeg respectfully. It was time for him to move on. It was time for them to move on. He left to Carolina and won a cup. Ehlers left respectfully. And I saw that, and I saw the clip of Ehlers talking about Winnipeg after he won the cup, because of course they asked him, because duh. But he was absolutely concise and happy and showed love to them. And I mean, 93 left the Leafs acrimoniously, and he's acted like an asshole since. And then everybody tries to rub our nose in it. Freddie Anderson left the Leafs amicably. Hell, we probably threw him under the bus comparatively. And Leafs fans are happy, or the Leafs, the club, threw him under the bus comparatively, maybe, if anything. And Leafs fans are happy with Freddie as well. Like, just like Jets fans are happy for Ehlers, and I'm happy for Ehlers, honestly. But, you know, 93 left like a jackass. Shot, save. He left like a jackass. His crew left like jackasses, even though we knew he was leaving. And then the media rubs it in our face, and he's an asshole about it. He's smug about it. Ehlers was never smug about leaving Winnipeg. He probably didn't want to leave, frankly. If you asked him, did he really want to leave? I honestly don't think so. But again, Winnipeg was horrible this year. They got value for him. He's like, for the greater good, sure. And he got to go to Carolina. I think he got traded. I think he got traded because of how bad their season was. I think he got traded. No, he signed a 6-year deal for him. My bad. He did sign. Shit, I even forgot about that. Damn. My bad, he signed a 6-year deal with the Hurricanes. But even then, I don't know if Winnipeg really... Okay, so I guess maybe he did want to leave, but was he probably bittersweet about it? Probably. But was it smart for Winnipeg to probably take him back? No. So he was a free agent. My bad, okay. Felt like he wasn't, man. Maybe I was still focused on the 93 bullshit that I forgot about. That's why I missed it. Season of management for the Jets. I mean, the Leafs were the same way, eh? We lost both our talented point-scoring wingers, or one of our best players that created a lot of points. And we both had a horrible season after. At least we fired our GM and our coach. And things look up for us. For the Jets, I don't know what the hell to say. I don't think things are looking up for the Jets. And the Jets are sticking with Cheveldayoff and Arneal. I don't know, man. I don't know. Honestly. Nyquist is washed to all heck. Yeah. Like, I mean, at least the Leafs, things are looking up. Our prospects are about to win the Calder Cup, or they're 2 games away from it when nobody expected it. John Chaika seems like an actual good GM. Matt Sundin is back in the fold. We got the first overall pick. Easton Cowan's probably going to play under the new coach and be amazing. Nylander and Matthews will probably play much better against or under the new coach. Matthew Nyes is Matthew Nyes, and we didn't trade him, thankfully. And I don't think the Habs are going to force our new GM to make that trade when he has to. I think they were only going to hold Treliving to it. Not because I'm sure Chaika doesn't want to trade Matthew Nyes, because who would want to trade Matthew Nyes? Who would want to trade Matthew Nyes? 76th minute. '76th minute. '77th minute. Yeah, 1-1 draw makes sense here. No, I don't. If I did, I'd be getting my ass kicked every day. With all the shit I say, I'd be getting my ass kicked every day if I did. Do I have any black eyes? No, I don't. I may have eye bags, but I don't have any black eyes. As far as I know, eye bags don't come from getting your ass kicked. They come from having a fucked up sleep schedule. Of which I have. Belgium playing forward. Lukaku blocked away. But I said games around St. Louis. There are no games in St. Louis. TLDR, born in Mississippi. Because what person roots for Mississippi State is a bandwagon? You either go to State or you're from Mississippi if you're a State fan. That's where the accent comes from. In St. Louis. One. Grew up a Toronto sports fan and a Canada sports fan. Hey, my nana knew old Canada by heart. Hey, let it be. Daughters of the Niles, a Canadian, started in Canada, I guess. Connected to the Shriners and all that because my pop was a Shriner. Hey, she knew old Canada by heart, At least for a while there. That is kind of weird when you think about it, though. Because back in that time, it was all that son's command at a Wives of the Shriner thing. Huh, weird. Okay. Weird. Cape Verde is a League of Ireland Premier Division player on their squad. Roberto Lopez stuck on that round. He played full 90. How many CPL players at the World Cup? Well, oh no, Lumi plays for Vancouver now. Didn't he get a start in the CPL, though? Garvin Metusala. I don't find it weird. I don't find it weird. I don't find it weird. I feel like I have more of a Canadian heart anyway. Because I don't, and the funny part is, I don't think there's much difference to Southern hospitality and Canadian hospitality. I really don't. And Canadian politeness. I don't think so. I think there's a lot more in common to good old boy rednecks and Canadians than you'd like to think. I mean, look at Canadian country, for example. Like, there's a lot of Canadian country music. I think that exactly makes the point I'm saying, really. I think that makes the exact point I'm saying. You know, I mean, free kick. I'm proud of where I was born. I'm proud of the state I was born. I am proud to be a Mississippian. I will always say that. I will always say that. Whether I ever become a Canadian citizen or I still admire from afar, I will always say I am a Mississippian. That I will always say. I'm a Delta boy and I'm proud of it. I will always say that. That is not something I will regret or derelict. That is something I will always be proud of. I'm proud of the state I am from, the area that I am from. I am proud of that. And as I said, I grew up a fan of Toronto sports and Canadian sports. I know it's odd. I don't give a shit. I know I'm odd. I don't give a shit. I'm not exactly defending it either. Let me be. 84th minute. I think if the heart wants what it wants, that's basically the TLDR. The heart wants what it wants. The heart feels what it feels. It's always felt that way. I'm not saying completely, but I don't know where I'm going with this. I do what I want, and the heart wants what it wants. I think God may have a plan, but I think he got a couple of details wrong. Let's just put it like that. I think he got a couple of key details wrong. But it's fine. When it comes to location, that's all I meant. I've never questioned. I'd rather question location than identity, I guess. I don't know where I'm going with that. You can change your location. 86th minute. I don't know where I'm really stepping on mines here. Okay, that was funny. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at what you said. There's a difference. No. No, that's not what I was saying. I said I question location. Nah, I'm straight. Don't worry, I've never questioned that. Don't worry, I've never questioned that. If you want me to be less beating around the bush about it, I've never questioned that. I am straight. 100%. I am straight. Always have been, always will be. Testosterone roars through my veins like gasoline through a V8. How about that? Never question that. Header over the bar. Never question that. Because you can't, or because I can't question it. How about that? Let me rephrase. I can't question that, and I never have. Before I step on a complete mine. Ultimate Warrior. Before I step on a mine I don't want to step on, I'm going to rephrase that. I'm going to rephrase that. I've already stepped on enough mines today as it is. If I actually step on one that will actually explode, that's a bad idea. '88th minute. Good job. 88th minute. I love how weird. I get new people. I get it. People who've been here long enough to know. Come on now. What? You just like to play along, don't you? You like to just play along, don't you? 88th minute. Oh, I'm shocked, even though I've known this for. He says it enough. 89th minute. I didn't say you were a troll, though, Peter. I didn't say you were. When did I say that? I didn't accuse you of being a troll. Whatever. I didn't accuse anybody of being a troll, honestly. Honestly, Pepita, I think you love having fun. I think a troll's. I have a different definition for troll than you. Just like to have fun and be funny. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Hell, even I'm a little bit of a troll, but I think actually being a troll is being hateful to the people in the chat and being hateful to the host. Especially if they don't deserve it. That, to me, is trolling. I think we're just clowns. There's a difference. I'd like to say we're clowns. I think all of us are clowns. We like to have fun. We like to be funny. We like to say dumb shit. We like to say we're like Howard Stern's whack packers. If most of us, I don't know how many of us are neurodivergent, neurotypical. I don't know, but yeah, actually, I like that comparison. We're like more the normal. We're more of the normal Howard Stern whack packers. How about that? Because he has some normal-ish whack packers. Well, not by my definition. Well, okay. As I said, straight. As I said, I'm straight, always have been, always will be. That's from the horse's mouth. 5 minutes of stoppage time. What do you think? The pen not given. I barely even noticed it. To be real, I can't say much. I can't say much. But again, I think we're all just whack Packers. We're clowns. We're clowns. The shit that we get up to, the core viewers and me, the shit we get up to it's awesome. It's awesome. I love it. I just think we're whack Packers. We're clowns. We're whack Packers. We're not trolls. I think there's a difference. '92nd minute. We're not the weird. We're not the more, and I love the Howard Stern show, so I'm not saying this in a bad way, but we're not the disabled whack Packers. We're more the more normal ones. But there's definitely some wrong going up here for all of us. What it is, I don't know. What it is, I don't know. Because, I mean, there are some more normal whack Packers. Like, I mean, of course, you have your Beetlejuice and Eric the Actor and High Pitch Eric and all that. But then, well, I don't know if I'd say Tan Mom is normal, but she just overly tans herself. I mean, that's, do with that what you will. Do with that what you will. I mean, I don't exactly see what disability that is. That's more of, she's just nuts. Nuts. And I mean that, well, and when I say, I mean that something's wrong up here. Oh, you did say 1-1. Something's up here that, I say that with all love. I'm not punching down. There's no way I'm punching down because this game's already over, dude. Yeah, I know I'm behind probably. Thank you very much. Basically, I was like, oh, how behind am I? How behind am I? Over the bar. Oh. I love this. I love this clown. Point is, I love this clown car you call a channel. Whether it's me or anybody on this chat, I love this clown car you call this channel. I think it's fun. I feel seen. And that's the good part. Even if people don't exactly, well, understand it, I feel seen. So, whatever. I feel seen. 94th minute. Y'all make me feel seen. How about that? You were right. Full time. And it's full time 1-1. Belgium are still frauds. Well, I didn't even say anything about, no, I'm not making a bet. I don't even know how I'd follow through. Unless I did some Irish guy level shit. 1-1. And honestly, I don't want to do any of those. So, with that being said, 1-1. That is the end of the game. 1-1 draw. I can't say I'm too shocked, but we will move on to the next game in an hour. We'll be back for Saudi Arabia, Uruguay. And we'll be back. And hopefully we don't get as introspective as we did on this stream. And vulnerable. Hopefully next time we focus more on the football. Hopefully next time I don't get as vulnerable and introspective as I did on this stream, because I think that was honestly just whatever. I'll see you next time. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification to subscribe. Send some chats on live streams. Hit that hype button. Put this up in the algorithm. Join button. You know, super chats, comments, all that. I'll see you within the hour in an hour for Saudi Arabia, Uruguay. 2 more lives today, and then 1 review at the bitter end. I'll see you. I'm running them out. Peace. And then the streams for the next 2 days will come up throughout the next 2 off windows, I assume. With that being said, sit tight, be back. Peace. 1-1.